Welcome everybody to another tutorial video on Minecraft. I am kind of sick today, so forgive me if I sound gross, whatever. That's also why I haven't been uploading, alright? I've been dying, alright? No judgment, please. I'm very sorry. I put out a few streams out there here and there, and I'm probably gonna continue doing stuff like that. I hope you guys liked the previous video, but anyway, without getting too distracted, let's get into it. Today we're gonna be showing you how to reset your mini games with structure blocks. It's fairly simple. Literally, all it takes is this, and you can see I have the entire area selected here. All you have to do is make sure you have the size set up right. I recommend doing a low offset so you get anything underneath it. I mean, it's really glitchy right now. I don't know why it looks anything like that, but this is all dirt blocks. Underneath it, you can see here. That way, make sure you get the holes here. If there's any builds underneath here, just keep that in mind. I haven't saved yet because I want to show you guys exactly how this works and how we want to do it. Another thing I want to show you guys before we get too far into the reset is I have got a really good system for giving players weapons. So last time we left off with a system that looked relatively like this. Teleports us. Start the game. But we didn't have any weapons. Now you can see we spawn with a sword. We didn't have that sword before. If I get rid of it, it just comes back. Literally can't get rid of. Now the problem right now is that you can do that. You can just spam, drop it. I'll show you how to fix that in a second, but be very wary because it'll take the kill command. But over here, you'll see command block. It says give sword. Now what this is doing is it's replacing an item, and it's an entity, not a block, to all players within the range of 10 at these coordinates, which is the center of my build currently. And we're doing slot hotbar 0. This is the first slot in the hotbar with an iron sword. And if you want to do a different slot in the hotbar, for example, for example, this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So say you want it on this side, you can make it 8 rather than 0. You also can put it inside this inventory, but for this game mode specifically, like the idea of how this works, I think you'd want it in the hotbar anyway, so I just set to 0 because it's the first one. Keep in mind, if anything's there, it just gets deleted, like you saw. Like if I get a block here and I put one in there, it just gets eaten by the sword. Gone. See? So keep that in mind. But how that works is perfect because once we're out of that like 10 block radius, I can once again get rid of this. It's gone. Once I'm in range, I receive the sword. Pretty good. Now, you probably don't want to be able to spam drop those. So what we're going to do is we're going to get another one of these blocks. And then we're going to do kill sword. Whoops, caps lock. Instead of replace item, what we have here, I'm going to get rid of all of this. We're gonna keep the parameters, and I'm gonna just do /kill anything within that range, and add another thing that says type equals item. Make sure you put that in, otherwise you will kill players or anything else. Now what that means is that anything we drop should get killed. My bad. Make sure you're also at E, not at all. So I had that wrong. See, there it goes. So at E, all of the locations, the range, coordinates, and then the type has to equal item. Anything we drop gets killed. So you can spam drop, and you'll always have the sword. See, pretty good. That's fairly easy, simple. So now that we got that out of the way, let's get the reset done. The first thing you want to do is get a structure block. If you don't know how to get a structure block, you do /give at self, and then you do structure block. Right there. That's how you obtain one. Now once you get one, you're going to place one. Then you're going to edit the size until you get your whole area in here. Keep in mind, the maximum this goes up to is 64 by 64. The Y actually can go to 255. So I'll show you here. 64 is max, 255 is max height. I don't need all of those. I'm not going to waste that space. Just going to keep it right where I need it. Now, once you're here, I want you to do save to disk, not memory. I don't know the biggest difference. Now, if it's talking about literal RAM versus like drive space, I would always recommend disk. That's what I use for everything. It hasn't given me any problems. So just make sure you save the disk. Then you're gonna name it something that you can remember. For me, I'm just gonna name it Minigame 1 because I'm not gonna build a bunch of different ones in here anyway. This is all I care about. You can see how it does my structure in the Minigame 1. Don't worry about that. It's still just Minigame 1. I'm gonna just include entities. I guess if you had any mobs in there, you can make sure it's on or off. That's up to you, really. For me, it doesn't really matter. I'm just gonna leave it on, doesn't matter. And then save. So structure is saved. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put another structure right next to it inside of itself. Okay, for the second block for the load, make sure you don't do save. Go to load. And then we're gonna type in the structure name. So Minigame 1. And it loads. Well, maybe it did. I'm missing an eye. How am I even missing an eye? Minigame 1. Aha. And then once you get it, it should load up like this. You see the load? Now, if you look in the corner here, you can see how we don't see the save block. We only see the load block. Now, it's just my preference. I like to make sure everything's going to get placed properly. So I use that as a point of reference. For me, I need to go back -1, this direction. And our Y needs to be the same. So this needs to be -3. So I'm getting the ground as well. Otherwise, it's going to place grass floating in the air. We do not want that. Make sure you have the Y's the same. Make sure everything lines up. So you can see everything's lined up. Definitely back up your world when you're messing with structure blocks, because if you load it into the wrong spot, you could mess up half your build. This is something I've done in the past, and I would hate for it to happen to you. So just take a save and quit, copy the world, and then test it. Okay, if you're this far in the video, I apologize so much. Hopefully I put this in somewhere else. When you're setting up the structure block, make sure you're saving before you test this, because otherwise it resets to everything before you save the first time. So I have to redo everything I just did. So now that we have our structure blocks set up, we need to make them functionable. Now I'm gonna go over to our wind condition over here, and I have the wind sound, the teleport, and I think maybe in the last video I had something else. I lost my original tutorial world, so if this doesn't look identical from the other video, it's fine. It's not a big deal. Just add it to the chain of the wind condition. So I'm gonna put another block here, and I'm gonna name it reset. And the command is gonna be set block. And when you set the block over here, so you just need to place it inside of this box, inside of the lines. If you place it right here, it will reset forever until you break that block. We do not want that. We want to make sure it's inside the zone. So you can put here or here, because it's inside the zone of those two areas. That's fine. But do not put it here. You can even put it on top of it. That would work too. For me, I'm just going to put right here. So 14,433. 14,433. And then once we're here, see, it'll set a redstone block there. It resets. Oh, and I didn't save it. Okay, you might want to make sure that you save it before, and so I'm gonna have to type this again because I didn't save it. So slash set block 14,433 redstone block. Don't let the comparator grab. I mean, mine didn't save the comparator, so it's not that big of a deal. So make sure that before you test any of this out, like again, make sure the comparator's not here or you're gonna get stuck in that loop. And save your structure. Now save it with the comparator. If you don't save with the comparator, it's only gonna work once. But for my demonstration, I don't want it to keep going, so I'm just gonna set a comparator here. You'll see it sets that. The redstone block got placed before you could see it, but it did work. I don't know why this does this. It's really weird. If I hit load, it's fine again. Just save it like that. So if I break these walls real quick, you'll see that it resets. So again, I'm gonna hit that, back up. Redstone block, reset. Look at that. Super simple. It is super simple. So I could literally mow down everything that's inside of this bounding box. Just destroy the build. So if you have like a Sky Wars or something and you wanted to reset all of your builds and shit, this is perfect. So if I go right here again, reset. Everything's back to normal. It is such a good system for resetting builds. Like I said, the only downside is that it's 64 by 64. Now, if you have a structure that's bigger than 64 by 64, you're gonna have to figure out how to make this redstone block chain onto multiple things. And the only way of doing that would be have command blocks outside of the bounding box, kind of like this, and then they have to place redstone blocks. So you would place a redstone block here. So pretend this redstone block, right? It would activate all of these, and at the very end of it, you would need the last one to do set block air on here to get rid of that redstone block so it doesn't keep repeating. That is the only way I can think of doing multiple structure blocks. I will make a video on that later, but that is a lot more and I have to build a much bigger structure. I don't have that yet. But for now, I hope this does help a little bit. I think I went over everything. So we have the give sword, replace item in the hotbar. We make sure that we destroy swords that are dropped. And we have the complete reset system. Make sure you save with a comparator in there. Oh, Jesus. This is gonna be near impossible. There you go. Save. So you save with the comparator in there. Look at that. Easy peasy. Now, every time someone wins, it'll reset. I hope this helped you guys a little bit. Maybe it's a short, maybe it's a long video. I don't know. Either way, if you want more of this, please subscribe, comment what you guys need, because then I know what to make. Also, if you have any questions, feel free to join the Discord in the description, because I try my best to answer everybody's questions there before I get into videos. And share the video. That means a lot to me. You don't even have to subscribe. Just tell another person about the video. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Have a good day. Bye.